Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of the Shots Fired podcast. As usual, you got your boy Big Joe.
We don't know where Two Trill is.
You got your boy Julio the Don.
Got your boy J-Had.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got quite a show in store for you today. We're going to cover our WTF moment of the week. We got a good one for you, so stick around for that. We're going to talk about the Cowboys versus the Steelers, everything that went right, everything that went wrong, and what we pulled from that game. Do we have any signs of life, or is this season everything but over? We're going to talk about a new segment called The Don's Definites, where Julio here is going to tell you 3 games. I believe it's 3 games that you absolutely will not miss on if you just take his advice and pick the teams he's giving you. So that's definitely something to look forward to. And we'll end it off talking about Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and who we think was more responsible for the rise of that dynasty as well as the fall of that dynasty, because unfortunately, New England fans, the time is now. Your reign is over. So like we do every week, let's hit them with that WTF moment of the week, Jake. What the?
If you have hate in your heart, let it out.
What a perfect way to talk about this next asshole from what are you laughing at, brother? Got some jokesters. Let's get to it.
So this week's WTF moment of the week goes to none other than Miss Wendy Rittenhouse. So the Kenosha shooting that happened in Kenosha, Wisconsin, her son, 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse, was out there trying, quote unquote, to protect some small businesses because of some looting and rioting that happened out in that area, and took it upon himself to go out there and ended up shooting 2 men, fatally shooting 2 men in the process. And those men lost their lives because of the dumb decision this kid decided to make, to go out there to take it upon himself to go out there and help these small businesses, you know, with the rioting.
So my understanding is they were from Chicago, and he saw on Facebook that some businesses were reaching out for assistance, and he decided he was going to go, like you said, to Wisconsin to assist with some of the rioters. Now, the reason why Miss Wendy here is getting the WTF moment of the week is because she took it upon herself to say, you know what? It's not my son's fault. It's the police's fault. It's the rioters' fault.
Nah.
It's the governor's fault.
Nah.
The rioters shouldn't have been out there. The policemen should have stepped up their game and told those rioters to go home. Should have told all these little militias that showed up to go home. The governor should have taken steps to make sure that those people weren't out there. It's not my son's fault that he pulled the trigger and killed 2 men and wounded another. That's not my son. That's not his responsibility. How the hell can you say that? Like, how stupid can you be? And this kid now, hearing that mentality and that thought process, I was like, I can see exactly why this kid is in the situation he's in, because he sounds like the kind of kid who's never been told no. She sounds like the kind of parent that's like looking to blame everybody else but her kid, and looking at it as a minority. I'm willing to say that had that been a minority shooting people up, he wouldn't be alive. He wouldn't be in jail. He'd have been on that street, face down, dead, because the police weren't going to have that.
He wouldn't have been able to walk by the police. I can tell you that for sure. With an AR strapped to his chest, and nah, there's no way. There's no way. And I don't understand why you would blame the police or protesters, rioters, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like your son decided to go out there. He decided to pull the trigger. He decided to shoot someone first, and then the other guy went and chased him down, tried to chase him down, ended up getting shot. The other guy was trying to stop him, and apparently he was an EMT, I believe, and his elbow got blown off. He's maimed for life because of this 17-year-old with an assault rifle that thought he was protecting businesses, which he's not even from Wisconsin. He's
Why
from
are you
Chicago.
17 with an assault rifle?
That was my question. Like, how the hell did you get your hands on that?
Well, it says that
And-
one, a part of the article, it says that one of his friends, I think his name was Dominic Black, he was the one that actually purchased the weapon from a local warehouse or hardware store, and then provided the weapon to him so that way he could have it.
That's crazy.
Dominic,
So-
where is Dominic?
Apparently, he got charged for
Yeah.
for providing an armed weapon to a minor.
As
But
he
his
should.
bail was only set at $2,500 for
What?
felony charges for doing that.
Wow.
Man,
And
the
then-
whole situation is sad.
Yeah, and then of course
Yeah.
his bail was set at $2 million for him to be released, which in that process you got the attorney of the family, John Pierce, who they said that the legal defense has already raised nearly $2 million, and then they have other organizations that support gun rights, domestic militias that raised another 100,000 for this kid already. And I think Jay was saying that they even have a GoFundMe page for this kid to get him out
Yeah.
at this point. So
They do.
none of it makes sense. And I agree with Joe all the way. I mean, why would you go out there to begin with? You have no business being out there, especially a 17-year-old with an AR walking down the street. Again, if it was a minority, he wouldn't be alive right now, and he'd
He
be on the
gone.
ground. Yeah,
He
he'd
gone.
be
Gone. He gone.
definitely.
Man,
T, what you think, bro?
Man, I get wanting to defend your child, right, wrong, or indifferent. But when you got something of this magnitude, like think about the reason that those protests were happening. You know what I'm saying? And we're all minorities, so we get it. Like it would have been a totally different situation had he been Hispanic, had he been black. It would have been totally different. There wouldn't have been an arrest made. There would have been he's gunned down in the middle of the road.
Mhm.
But it's sad, man. It's really sad that, you know, you want to defend your child when you know that they're wrong in this type of situation, because you don't want to. You have to hold him accountable. You have to hold that person accountable for their actions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you allegedly you drove him up there. He in turn went and walked down the street by police officers, through protesters, you know, other citizens that were potentially trying to uphold the peace,
Mhm.
and just start shooting people. Like, what sense does that make? In
And the
what
craziest
world?
thing about that too is that the police, all the militias that were there, the kids that were there, whoever was there with an armed weapon to try to help out the situation, quote unquote, help the situation, the police were actually handing them water bottles, saying, "Hey, thanks for the help.
Good job.
Mhm.
Good
Yeah.
job. Thanks for helping us out right now."
Yep.
And I mean,
Like-
how crazy does that sound to you? You know, let it have been again a minority, Hispanic, black, whatever it is. You think a cop would be giving them water bottles? No, he'd be like, "Hey, where's your license at? Show me
Mhm.
your proof. Why do you have this weapon?" Instead of, "Oh, here's a water bottle, man. Thanks for helping us out." Come on, man.
But you know what the big thing is, man, and I know we were raised like this in my house. we were raised, mind your own damn business.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what business is it of yours to be shooting innocent people because they're protesting? You know what I'm
Not
saying?
only that, those stores have insurance. If they don't, then I mean,
Yep.
why are they in business?
They're
They're
protesting injustice, and what are you doing? Committing more injustice.
right. And I'm not saying that like rioters are okay. Like rioting is okay. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is there is no reason for a 17-year-old to be out in the streets trying to protect a business that is not his. Period.
He has no interest in that business. You know what he was there for? To shoot somebody.
Yeah.
That's why he's there. There's no other logical reason why this guy is there.
Right.
He has no vested interest. Nothing there is of his concern. He's not personally involved in any way. Why do you feel the need to take your ass across state lines with a weapon that isn't yours and you're hunting? You're looking for confrontation. In your mind, you know why you're there.
Mm-hmm.
You're there to put somebody in their place.
If something pops off,
right,
I'm gonna shoot somebody.
And
you're
that's the
there
thing,
to
too,
make
is-
an example of somebody. You're
And
not
that's the-
there to protect nobody. You're there because you want to hunt somebody down like a freaking maniac.
Mhm.
And now look where you are. Your stupid ass is in prison. And I hope you rot. I hope you rot.
Right.
Because you have no business being in society again. Because you're a piece of garbage. You have no human rights at this point. Because you took it upon yourself to kill some guys that had nothing to do with you.
For no reason. And also to say, people talk crap about the two people that were murdered. I'll say it. They were murdered in the middle of the street. People wanted to talk crap about these two guys. It doesn't matter what they were before that. They were out protesting. One was a skateboarder protesting, and this guy murdered him in the middle of the street, put his hands up, walked right past the cops. Even though people were pointing at him saying, hey, he just shot two guys. He just killed two guys. Hands up, walked right by him.
And his mom got the damn nerve to be in court talking about it's not my son's fault.
It's the
Your
governor's
fault.
and
It's
the
whose fault
police's
is
fault.
it?
It's the governor's fault and the police's fault. These people are always going to look for somebody else to blame. When they make a mistake, they're going to look for somebody else to blame.
And then she's like, let my son out on his own recognizance, which means basically he's a good guy. He's not a risk. You should let him out. He's killed two people. And you want to let him out because he's got good character? Are you retarded?
Man, these assholes, man, I really don't understand. I don't get it. But I guess you're always gonna have some type of resistance when you're trying to fight for what's right, because those protesters were out there for a reason. They weren't protesting for no reason.
Right.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, it was because of Jacob Blake.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sad, man. It's just I have no other word to say about it. And just, with how she's trying to defend his actions and the extent that she's going to defend his actions shows you what type of person that she is.
Right.
Which is the same type of person that her son is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
Yep.
So because Wendy Rittenhouse, you have this demented way of thinking and this illogical mentality that your son is somehow the victim in this tragedy, you get this week's WTF moment of the week. Play this out, bro. What the?